Welcome to Comparing Speed in Space Part 2. Stick around and we're going to find out more. Welcome to Part 2 of Comparing Speed in Space. Now we're going to be using the same methods of transport and speed. So a car at 70 miles an hour, an aeroplane at 550 miles an hour, and Voyager 1 at 38,000 miles an hour, and light at 186,000 miles per second. So real quick. So we've moved away from the solar system and we are now in what we call interstellar space. Now, interstellar space is the space that astronomers call between the stars. It's the space between the stars. Now, nearest star is Proxima Centauri. Now, it's a long way away. It would take you 43 million years at 70 miles an hour to get there. So, huge distance. If you were flying, 5 million years. So if you were flying, 5 million years. Voyager. Now Voyager would do it a lot quicker, but still it would do it in 76,000 years. Light, as we all know from the first episode, is the quickest and would do it in 4.3 years. But again, light has, a certain speed and has to cover that distance. And some of those distances are going to get huge. Hopefully your mind won't be like mushy like mine after all of these figures. To give you some scale of how far away Proxima Centauri is, let's pretend that the grapefruit is the sun, okay, and we'll say that this is Proxima Centauri. It's a red dwarf, quite small, quite cool. So how far would it be at this scale? Surprisingly, 1,600 miles, 1,600 miles from this to this. So to Athens and beyond. Huge distances. Never done that before. Very refreshing. Can't even get into that one. So that really surprised me when I researched that. 1,600 miles. So that's our nearest star. We're going to go further. The next target is Pleiades. They call it the Seven Sisters. And you can see it with your naked eye. Okay? There are 7 stars. There's a lot more of them, but we can't see them. But the 7 stars. And they call it an open cluster. Okay, about 100 million years old, so very young, and in about 250 million years they will start to disperse and go away from one another. So how long in a car? 4 billion years. 4,000 million years in a car. You'd go through 800,000 tyres. 800,000 tyres. So a long way, 530 million years in a plane. And even with Voyager, 8 million years to get there. But light, 436 years. 436 years. But still, that's a long time. And again, it's going to get bigger. And the next one is Orion Nebula. And that is far away. About 3 times as far as the Pleiades. Now, the Orion Nebula you can see in the constellation of Orion. So actually it's Dagger, and it's the middle star. It looks like a star. But get some binoculars, have a look. You can see it with the naked eye. But I've got these binoculars, they're 10 by 50, about £50. It's worth investing so you can see the cosmos better. So how long would it take you to drive there to the Orion Nebula? It's 1,500 light years away. I've given up with Mars. It just doesn't work. 1,500 light years away, 14.5 billion years in the car. 14.5 billion years in the car. I'm afraid flying isn't much better. That would take you 2 billion years. And Voyager. Well, Voyager would take 26 million years. Not 2 million years, 26 million years. And light, like I said before, 1,500 years at the speed of light to get to the Orion Nebula. So, really, really long time, no matter how you travel. The Orion Nebula is a nursery of stars, star-forming region. So it's where stars are formed. So a really good region to get your binoculars on. Now, the next one, requires a balloon. I love balloons. So the next target is a funny star called UY Scuti. UY Scuti. I don't know if you can see me. Now UY Scuti is a red super giant. A red super giant. It's 9,500 light years away. Okay, and I can give you a scale of how small the sun would be compared to it. It would be a sesame seed. There we go. A sesame seed. But that's the comparison between UY Scuti and us. And as you can see, it didn't take long to eat it. But to get there by car is an incredibly long time. 91 billion years. 91,000 million years, basically. My head's just exploded. By plane, it would take 11.5 billion years. And by Voyager, 168 million years. These numbers are huge. And light, like I said, 9,500 years at the speed of light. So even at light speed, just an incredible long time to get there. So that's interstellar space. Now we're going to go intergalactic. Now intergalactic is the space between galaxies, and there's two satellite galaxies that are near the galaxy. One's called the Large Magellanic Cloud, and one's the Small. And they are incredibly far from us, but we can see it with our naked eye in the southern hemisphere. 200,000 light years away. Okay, 200,000 light years away. Incredible. Now to drive there, 2 trillion years. 2 trillion years. That's 2,000 billion years to get there. Not much better in the plane, like I said before, 244 billion years in a plane. And Voyager, poor old Voyager, travelling 11 miles per second, 38,000 miles an hour, 3.5 billion years to get there. And light, 200,000 years to get there. Yet we can still see it with our naked eye in the southern hemisphere. So amazing. The next stop would be the Andromeda Galaxy. Now that's the nearest spiral galaxy. Okay, and it lies 2.5 million light years away. 2.5 million light years away. Even bigger number coming up now, 24 trillion years. It would take 24 trillion years to get there via the car. The plane, 3 trillion years. 3 trillion years. Voyager, 144 billion years. And like I said before, light would make it in 2.5 billion years. I'm going to grab my grapefruit again. I'm still eating it. If the grapefruit was the sun again, and we wanted to get to Andromeda at this scale, you'd have to travel 965 million miles. So that would be to Saturn and a little bit further at this scale. Okay, so if we scaled the whole universe down to a grapefruit. Amazing. Almost at the end of our intergalactic journey. But there's just one more I wanted to share with you, and that is scientists think that the universe started in a Big Bang, one point of source of where everything started. And they've calculated that it's 13.8 billion light years. That's light travel. So it's taken light 13.8 billion years to reach us. Now, I've given up with cars and planes, and it just doesn't work. But I can tell you that if Voyager were to travel there, it would take 244 trillion years to get there. And by the time it got there, the universe would probably not be here anymore anyway. But light, 13.8 billion years to get there. So lots of big numbers there, and lots for you to think about. But like I said, go out and buy yourself some binoculars, and you'll be able to see things like the Andromeda Galaxy through them. On a very clear night, you'll be able to see the Andromeda Galaxy. It's very patchy with your naked eye, but you've really got to have a good eye for it. So that's pretty much it. The next video will be on Jupiter and its moons, so stick around for that. Love to have you. See you then. Bye.